What screams insecurity but most people don't realize? Mocking other people's insecurity. It's usually projection. When you achieve something or improve your life in any way, and their first instinct is to tease or make fun of you, it actually screams instant jealousy. Always having something negative to say when something good happens to someone else. For example, oh, you're going to hate that new job, or they should have done X instead. Just be happy that someone else is happy. When they found a point that makes them look better than the other person and continue to overstay on that point. The situation is subjective, and I'm talking about the situation whereby the person punches down on someone to make themselves feel good. I did not mean for a person who requires positive affirmations. Never apologizing. Some people will twist the story, change the way it happened and retell it so convincingly that they'll believe their own nonsense but will never apologize. Mocking, overly criticizing others. Constantly talking shit on other people for an inflated sense of self-worth. Taking a situation that was never about you or had you involved in it and somehow making it all about yourself and playing victim even though you had meddle in it and make yourself the victim. Ridiculing other people's achievements. Explaining how smart you are when they can give you shit all day but can't take it back whatsoever. On the flip side, being open about your insecurities and really trying to overcome them is a great character trait. I see a lot of comments here branding common insecurities as red flags, and I don't think one should consider insecurities inherently evil. Being insecure doesn't make you a bad person. It's how you let your struggles control you that defines whether they are problematic or not. Here comes a cliche, but thanks for all the awards. I actually wrote this message the night before my birthday and didn't expect anyone to read it. So waking up to all the wholesome messages and positivity was a very nice present. Thank you all. Insulting your friend in front of others to be cool. Jealousy over little things. Putting other people down and bragging. The inability to take any criticism at all. When people one-up you. In terms of leadership, it's when someone can't or won't take input from the rest of their team and tries to act like they have all the answers. I was this type of insecure leader once, and I thought that if I used the idea of someone with less experience then everyone would think I was a weak leader. But after I was removed from that position, I had to work for a lot of managers who did a lot of the same stupid shit that I was doing but magnified due to years of insecurity habit karma. I have since learned that if I hear people out, discuss a course of action, go with other people's ideas, and especially give them credit, you gain exponentially more influence and respect. That even people who have little experience should have their input considered. I feel horrible for the people who had to work with me, but now I don't just act like a more capable leader. I am a more capable leader. Shakespearean TLDR: take every man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. When they can't make fun of themselves. Holy yes, the opposite is just as bad, I know. I've literally gotten that same comment about 100 times. Crying face, please stop Redditors, my notifications can't handle it. Obsessing over hierarchies, or who is ahead and who is behind in life. The incessant need to compare. Thanks for the silver, smiley face. I'm an alpha male. Those handshakes that are firm to the point you wonder if they're actually trying to hurt you. Mocking other people's physical features or personal character traits. We get it, you're projecting. When they can't take constructive criticism. Wow. I've received more karma from this one post than I have had my entire Reddit career. I dedicate this post to my ex-girlfriend. Hope she can take constructive criticism now. Being loud and domineering in every conversation. Very specific, but just thought of those people in the workplace who are constantly afraid of losing their position, carry a very passive-aggressive attitude. They also constantly gossip to other coworkers higher-ups about you behind your back, constantly nitpicking at little problems to make you look bad. It's a sad, sorry defense mechanism. Being a bully. Bragging and giving yourself titles. Domineering, loud and braggadocious. Constantly fishing for compliments and approval, e.g. will speak poorly of themselves in hopes of receiving compliments. People who speak poorly of others who are happy and enjoying life are also insecure. Especially speaking poorly of people who have more money than them. Insecurity can manifest in different ways and can be difficult to detect, as people often try to hide or cover up their insecurities. Some common behaviors or actions that may indicate insecurity include seeking constant validation or reassurance. If a person constantly seeks validation or reassurance from others, it could be a sign that they are insecure and unsure of themselves. Putting others down. People who are insecure may try to make themselves feel better by belittling or putting others down. Overcompensating. Someone who is insecure may try to overcompensate by boasting or exaggerating their achievements or abilities. Being overly critical of themselves or others. Insecurity can sometimes lead to excessively criticizing oneself or others. Being overly defensive. If a person becomes defensive or reactive when their beliefs or actions are questioned, it could be a sign of insecurity. It is important to remember that everyone experiences insecurity at some point in their lives, and it is a normal part of being human. However, it is important to address and work on insecurities healthily to promote personal growth and well-being. Selling NFTs of yourself. One-upping people on everything. Looking through these comments to see if there's anything you do listed here. Having a Reddit username like you, I'ma lick your ass. Just heat it up, had it. I'm obviously having fun with ops username lol. If you're an ass licker rather than an ass eater, that's 100 okay. Gossiping and triangulation. Talking about someone they have an issues with, to other people, without addressing the issue directly with the person whom they have a problem with, screams insecurity. Trying to justify every mistake, usually it's minimal, but once you notice someone that does it, you just can't stop noticing it when they do it. The inability to accept silence as part of a conversation. Posting pictures of yourself with tons of filters on. Making fun of people who read or other hobbies that teach you things. Being the funny one in a group at others, mostly the quiet one's expense. Throwing people under the bus. Every time you think you got away with blaming someone else for your fuck up, you didn't. All it does is show the rest of us that we can't trust you, and that this wasn't a one-time thing. You're so used to being incompetent that you have a workaround for it. The 3 I always look out for are 1. Overt displays of intelligence prowess. 2. Belittling others. 3. A need to closely monitor the behavior of others. Being an Andrew Tate-style alpha male. Extreme insecurity. Always having a defense excuse prepared for any inkling of constructive criticism. Being rude to people. Calling yourself an alpha. HTTP. Talking over others. It's a quality that seems confident, but in reality the underlying reason is usually that the interrupting person is just trying to prove something and has zero interest in what you have to say. 1. Wearing massive designer logos such as Philip Plain on everything. 2. Bragging about money. Girls. 3. Lying about the smallest and meaningless things. 4. Changing their views and principles based on who they speak to in the hope they'll be liked. Not listening. Preparing the next smart thing to say without listening to what the other one is saying. When they tend to work nights, carry a baton maybe, have to make scheduled rounds, etc. Usually that means someone is insecurity. Adults arguing with children. Wow, I forgot I'm on Reddit. People are so negative. My first reaction was to think about the telltale body language of insecurity in less socially accomplished people. Thing is, there's no one sign, it's a combination and context. I had a friend who laughed a little too hard and suddenly it was clear to me she was deeply depressed. A few months later she nearly managed to end it all. But what tipped me off was the way she was scared of not being accepted. Cue the hard laugh. Note: I notified her close friends as I wasn't close enough to her. Bottom line, think of the times you felt out of place, remember your body language, and you can then recognize people who need help and then provide it if you can, or at least tell the people close to them. Having a car 5x louder than it needs to be. If they're mentally 6 years old and they're really impressed with loud noises, or if it's some manner of compensation, but it's always pathetic. No one wants to hear your 98 Coupe Civic, sputtering to get to 60, all across town. Being mean. Feeling the need to point out the flaws in other people.
I hope you all are doing well, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed this video. If you have something to say critically or otherwise, leave a comment. And if you enjoy this content, don't forget to subscribe to see more of it. I hope you all have wonderful and fulfilled lives.